91% accurate. That's what Google's AI answers score on paper. Sounds pretty good, right? But when you do the math on 5 trillion searches a year, that 9% gets real ugly real fast. There's no warning label telling you which ones are wrong. By the end of this, I'll show you exactly why Google won't fix it and what you should be using instead. Welcome to Tucker Insights. Let's dive in. If you felt like Google's been getting worse, you're not imagining things. The numbers tell the story. Searches per person in the US dropped almost 20% in a single year. Nearly 2 out of 3 searches now end without you ever clicking on a website. And half of all Google searches shove an AI-generated answer in your face before you see anything else. You've probably noticed this yourself. You search for something simple, like the best headphones under $100. And instead of a helpful answer, you get 10 pages of SEO garbage written by nobody for nobody. Drop a comment if you've caught yourself adding Reddit to the end of your Google searches, because you're definitely not alone. To understand what went wrong, you need to see how Google search actually works now. You type in a question. Google's AI reads a bunch of websites, mashes the info together, and gives you a summary at the top. You never click on the websites. Those websites stop making money. They shut down or start using AI to write cheap content. Google's AI then learns from that cheap AI content, and the cycle keeps getting worse. But here's where the money trail gets really interesting. German researchers tracked over 7,000 search queries for a full year. What they found wasn't subtle. The highest-ranked pages on Google, stuffed with ads, loaded with affiliate links, and the writing quality was measurably worse. Google's algorithm isn't surfacing the best content. It's surfacing the content that's best at gaming the algorithm. So why doesn't Google just fix it, follow the money? Google made $198 billion from search ads last year. That's not a side hustle. That's 57% of everything the company earns. Think about what that means. Google doesn't make money by giving you the best answer. It makes money by keeping you on their page, scrolling past ads. Those two goals used to line up. They don't anymore. Here's the conflict in plain English. When Google shows you an AI answer at the top, you stay on Google's page, you see Google's ads, Google gets paid. If you clicked through to an actual website, you'd leave Google, no more ads, no more money. So Google has a $200 billion reason to answer your questions itself, even when it gets the answer wrong. And this isn't some conspiracy theory. Marissa Mayer ran Google Search. She literally built the product, and even she's saying the quiet part out loud. Meanwhile, the websites that actually create the content Google's AI is summarizing, they're getting crushed. CNN lost nearly 40% of its Google traffic. Business Insider dropped 55%. Forbes, HuffPost, each down about half. The people who write the actual answers are going broke, while Google copies their work and keeps the ad money. And you can feel this when you search. Think about what you're looking for versus what Google actually gives you. You want a real person's honest opinion about a product. You get an AI summary of other AI summaries. You want a recipe that actually works. You get a page with a 2,000-word life story before the ingredients. The gap between what you need and what you get keeps growing. But the search results are actually the least scary part. Wait until you see what's happening to the internet itself. There's an idea that's been floating around for a few years called the dead internet theory. The basic claim is that most of what you see online isn't made by real people anymore. A year ago, that sounded like a conspiracy theory. It doesn't anymore. Here's the evidence that tipped it from theory to fact. Think about what the internet felt like just a few years ago versus now. Forums had real people arguing about real stuff. Product reviews came from someone who actually bought the thing. Blog posts had personality. Now, AI-generated articles that all sound the same. Product reviews from bots that never touch the product. Forums where bots are talking to other bots. That's what your Google results are pulling from. And here's the feedback loop that makes it permanent. AI tools write cheap content. Google indexes that content. Google's AI learns from that content to generate its own answers. Those AI answers train the next generation of AI writing tools, which write more cheap content. It's AI training on AI training on AI. Researchers actually have a name for this. They call it model collapse. And it means the quality only goes in one direction. And people are already leaving. This shift didn't happen overnight. Google added the knowledge graph in 2012, started answering questions directly, featured snippets in 2014, grabbed even more clicks. Then AI overviews rolled out to everyone in 2024. Each step took a little more away from the actual websites. And in 2025, Gartner predicted Google would lose a quarter of its search traffic. We're watching that prediction come true right now. Google search is broken. The internet is half bots. AI answers are wrong millions of times per hour, so what are you supposed to do about it? Good news. You've got more options than you think, and millions of people are already using them without even realizing they switched. Here's the playbook. For product reviews, skip Google entirely and go straight to Reddit or YouTube. Real people, real opinions. For quick facts, try ChatGPT or Perplexity. They cite their sources so you can actually check. For recipes, use a dedicated app. And if you do use Google, scroll past that AI answer at the top. Click into the actual websites. That AI summary might be in the 9% that's completely wrong and you'd never know. And for the record, these aren't some obscure tools only tech people use. ChatGPT has 900 million weekly users right now. Perplexity shows you exactly where every answer came from. YouTube is already where most people go for how-to answers. Reddit is the last big platform where real humans still argue about stuff. The alternatives aren't coming, they're already here. I'm curious what your experience has been. Have you noticed Google getting worse? Have you already started using something else? Or do you think I'm overblowing this? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. Let's bring it home. Google search is measurably worse and the data proves it. They've got a $200 billion incentive to keep you on their page, not to give you the best answer. The internet is now more than half bots. 3 out of 4 new pages have AI involvement, but you have real alternatives today that didn't exist 2 years ago. Use them. Remember that 91% accuracy number from the beginning? Here's what it really means for you. Google's AI isn't trying to give you the best answer. It's trying to give you a good enough answer to keep you on Google's page looking at Google's ads. And good enough means wrong millions of times per hour. The search engine you trusted for 20 years now has a $200 billion reason not to send you to the best answer. If this was useful, the like genuinely helps. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.